Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the pre-market live show. It is Wednesday, March 19th, and let's see how the market's opening up. Here we go. It looks a little bit green right there as the heat map just changed over. It was red yesterday. We'll see how it is. It is Fed Day, so we'll see how the market's going to react. All information presented here is for educational and informational purposes only, not intended as financial advice. So always do your due diligence. Let's go ahead, look at our Jolie's jumpers here and see what's going on. ADTX, let's see what's happening with ADTX this morning. We know that ran up on a reverse split yesterday, and let's see if it's doing anything yet this morning here. It ran yesterday 758 to 767. It's down to 739, but we'll definitely keep an eye on this today. That is for sure. And again, a little bit of pullback, a little flat there. Fed Day it is. I'm not expecting anything to get real crazy today, but we'll see what's going on. Our APDN, another one that's split, and we're watching this one to start moving. So keep an eye on APDN. I don't think it's moving yet this morning. That's today, 212 to 229 at 172. It looks like that looks accurate then. So there you go with APDN. Maybe it's trying to move right now. It's just jumping around. You can see it, 174. So we'll keep an eye on that one. ATER, let's see that. That's jumped up this morning. ATER. That jumped up yesterday, as a matter of fact, in the after hours. Again, there's that look that you don't see anything on FinViz, but here you go, 225 to 298. It closed at 278, and let's look at it. It's at 250 now. It opened at 274, so it did pull back a little bit right there, and that is our ATER. And let's see what BREA. We were looking at this last night, and it's up this morning. It looks like BREA. And let's see what it's doing. It was running up yesterday, 65 to 97, and it was running up a little more, 70 to 92, and then back to 68. So when they run up like that, you kind of have to lock in those profits, and that was hitting a bunch of resistance, but it will get into that channel. So not looking bad. I know we were looking at BREA, CRGX, Cargo Therapeutics. This one looks like it's jumping up some. Yeah, it is. 75 cents right there, it says. And here we are. Ran up yesterday, 401 to 477. It was at 460 when it closed, and today opened at 445, so down. It ran up to 471, and it's at 456 right now. It's not looking bad. CRGX, keep an eye on that. Could run up some today. And how about HEPA? It looked like it was moving early this morning. I saw this thing at like 90 cents, and then it pulled right back down. So I believe it did pop up early in the pre-market, and again, it's at 75 right now, and yeah, there you go. It got up to $1. It opened at like 93. It ran up to $1, and it came back to 73 or 75. It did the reverse split yesterday. We were looking at it. So again, 4 a.m.ers, the whole market runs. I mean, you have no idea here because it doesn't tell you anything, but this bad boy already ran to $1 this morning. So again, just showing you that FinViz is lost in space right there. They might as well have gotten on the Falcon or whatever that they had Falcon and ran up to the space things, because that's where their pricing is at, in the space station, because it's that crazy. And yeah, it doesn't even show anything. And HEPA definitely ran this morning, so there you go. And LSE right here, let's take a look. That one we were looking at last night, it looks like it's way up, guys. Remember, we took a look at this last night, LSE, and here we are. It was up last night, 557 to 1545 or 1554. It closed in the 13s, and then this morning, 1228 to 1629. It's at 1409 still. So there you go at LSE, and that was at oil and gas equipment from China. We definitely looked at it, and a big pop up this morning. VRPX, Veerpax. I believe we looked at this too after that dip, right? Weren't we looking at this one? Let's see, because it ran up there 13 to 21, and then 18 to 20. It's at 17, and it's hitting that line. I think we did look at this, and we're talking about that exact scenario right there as it was coming up to the line. And if not, it was another biotech that was very similar to it. And XHLD 10 holdings. Let's look at this. We were not looking at this one. And this one jumped up almost 50%. It looks like XHLD. Well, let me type it in right. XHLD. There we go. And yeah, it's hitting that 20. It ran up nice, 73 to 95 at 86. And let's see, at 93 right there. So yeah, I don't know if it's going to bust through that right now. It is a new one, but we'll have to see because it's in the basement if it can get set back up. But definitely a Jolie's jumper this morning. And thank you very much, Asian Jolie. And let's take a look at our laptop lowdowns, and we'll see what they're up to. Hepa he had on, and obviously we've been looking at it, and like I said, I'm pretty sure it did run up this morning. We'll take a look and see if it wants to run back up again. And how about this Acon? It ran up the other day and then pull back a little bit. Let's see, Clarion, and we'll have to take a look at that today. And like I said, the Fed is speaking today. I believe it was 2 o'clock, and I think that's what it was. And yeah, we'll have to see what that's up to. This one's going to be a really good one. AREB. Keep an eye on this. AREB, American Rebel Holdings, is about to become an American Rebel right here. Check this thing out. It's getting set up. So we'll definitely be keeping an eye on AREB. That's for sure. And ATXI. AREB, we want to keep an eye on that one. And what was I looking at? ATXI, that's what it was. ATXI right here. Let's see what that's doing. Avenue Therapeutics, looks like that's a nice lowdown. Holy cow, that's a nice dip on it. And yeah, that's a beauty right there yesterday. 45 all the way, it came up to 58 and ran down to 39. It's at 40, so we'll keep an eye on that and see when it wants to get set up. So yeah, we'll look at that bad boy. ATXI, nice dip right there. And let's see what's going on next here. BTCT, that's that computer hardware one we've looked at. And they're just not getting running just yet for this one. Some of the other ones did run up. The quantum ones did more or less. And now I think the computer hardware could be getting set up, but we have to keep an eye on it with this market and see exactly what wants to happen. And today's obviously an important day. You can see this thing. Look at that, 425 open close, sitting at 20, and can go either way right there. That's how they position them like this on a major day. And so you can tell today's a big day right here, and we will be watching it very closely. BTOG, Bit Origin had run up big. It ran up again a couple times. A couple little poppers there. You can see the candles, but it is going down. But let's look and see if it wants to roll back off. It very well could and get cruising there. So we'll keep an eye on that. BTOG and Caps. We looked at this good old Capstone the other day, and we looked at another one because was a Cap. No, it was something else, but something else that looked good too. This one had run up the other day like crazy, and let's just look and see if it wants to get set back up. It's a fairly new one as well, but it very well could get set up off that MACD and try to run again. So that's CAPS and CNFR Conifer right here. Let's see, that one's way down, CNFR. And wow, that one's down there. That was yesterday's good dip, 81 up to 84 and down to 64. That's where it closed too. So good dip on Conifer, and that's why you have to be patient on all of these things, especially when they're down here. But just in general and regardless, you have to be very patient right now. COFS, let's see, this one, it is trying to make a base down here, but we know it'll try to make a little base and then probably go down a level. So we'll keep an eye on it. It'll have that 2-day the little run up right there and then come back down as it hits the MACD. That's our pattern. That's what we know it's going to do. So COFS right there, GNLN, Green Lane Holdings, and this one's crossed through. This one just never got moving, guys. It would look really good there, and you can see it was trying to. We'll see what it wants to do. Maybe it's trying to get set up right now because it was trying to run before and then just kind of pull back a little bit. So one to keep an eye on. Still in the basement, not real bad there. So that's GNLN. That was Green Lane or something, I forget, but whatever. And GNLN. And let's look at that hit. That took a nice hit the other day. HIT. Let's see it. And it took a big hit yesterday, too, didn't it? Is this the one that dipped down again yesterday? Let me see. That was yesterday, and yeah, it did. It was at 70 cents. So we're going to keep an eye on that, see where it wants to go. But that's a great one just to watch. And our logic mark right here, LGMK. This one's trying to get set up. We've been watching it. We're watching for that 20 now to come down for it. I think we were talking about it yesterday. And yeah, it's just trying to get set up here. It's going to have to get onto that 21 cent area to get rolling. So keep an eye on that. LGMK for it to get set up to actually move. And how about Mara? That's way down here. And it's on that support line. But again, look at these things. They look like they're curling down, trying to hold itself up today. And again, it's just a big day right now with the Fed speaking, and we'll see what's going to happen. But they open up green very often right now, and we know how quick they can go red. Onco, let's see what this one's doing down here. Just running that bottom right there. OCON. Oh, what is it? Holy cow. Let me start over. ONCO. How about that? And yeah, it's not looking bad as it's curling up. Is it going to get through? I doubt it so, but you may get that little run up as it curls up right there. We'll keep an eye on it, but it'll probably try to pull back some more according to our pattern anyway. And PHAT, good old Phantom Pharmaceuticals. We've been looking at this. It looks like it was doing something. I'm not sure what. And it looks like it was trying to run up there yesterday. It was 5 hours of 582, and it closed at 580. Keep an eye on this Phantom. It may just try to get through that 604. I'm not exactly sure. It was touching it, and it's not doing anything yet, but it was moving yesterday. And that was at Phantom Pharmaceuticals. We had definitely been looking at that. SCNX. Let's see, Scienture Holdings. And this one looks like it had run up, but then pulled back there. SNCX, let me see. Yeah, yesterday it did run up 242 to 340. And this one we had been looking at. So, again, just always great ones on the list right here. And obviously, you take the ones that you like. And like I said, some of these that just run like this are just beauties. I mean, they run up real easy, like 37% right there. And then they run up a little bit more and then pull back 242 to 340. And then you get that dip and set up like it is right now at 162. So just beautiful ones on the list all the time. And you can trade any of them, to be honest with you. Just take a look at them. We call out the bottoms, especially on these low down ones, and you know it's going to be popping. Like this thing, STBX, Starbucks just got set up, and it looks much better. It wasn't looking this good yesterday, I know that, so we'll keep an eye on STBX because that thing looks like it wants to cruise right there, guys. So keep an eye on STBX getting set up. That's for sure. And there you go for your laptop lowdown list. And thank you very much. Laptop travel. The market is pretty green right there, so that's good. And I'll see what's going on. What else we're looking at here? Let me see the SPY and everybody. SPY is up $1.53. And I'm not convinced that's going up. I mean, it looks good. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not so sure it's going to go right up there. I mean, it does look a little bit better coming into what the Fed's saying. I must say that, but again, we're going to stick to our pattern and kind of know that that doesn't really happen. I don't even know what that line just came up as. What the heck is this? I have no idea where that line just came from. Anyway, yeah, that's just going to hit that line, it looks like, and come back down. That's what we know the pattern wants to do, unless Powell can break that pattern today, but I don't know if that's happening. Apple's up 60 cents, and again, they're just hanging out. It is curling up really nice. It could easily go flat and keep dipping down here, so that's what Apple looks like, and of course, we're going to have to keep an eye on these things and see what they're doing, but yeah, they don't look like they want to go up. They're just a little flat. Everything's just waiting for that Fed to speak, so I don't know if it's going to be a crazy day, and but we'll definitely know in the afternoon. Look how flat these are. They are curling up. They do look a little better right there, but again, I'm not so sure that you're going to see these things curling up and getting through the MACD, because we know if they hit it, they're coming back down. If they can't keep momentum, they get right through it. They'd have to go right through it, all of them. to actually do something. Google's right there too. Looks like it wants to try to do something. Almost look like it bottomed out. And like I said, we'll have to keep an eye on it with the Fed speaking today. They all have that look. So I know that we could go through everything, but it's just one of them days where it's a big day. I know that with the Fed speaking. So that's more important, I think, than anything is going to be that reaction than even what the charts are set up. Because like I was saying last night too, they're all set up conveniently where they put them where they can just go either way and give you that weird look. It happens often on these crazy big days. Meta looks like it's going to be coming down right there. I don't think Meta's really going up. And again, I'm not so sure the market's going up. They're just holding themselves up this morning as it opens up, and we see it every morning just about. And Microsoft's up 78 cents. It went way down, and it is trying to curl back up there. It is looking a little better, I must say. Microsoft is looking a little bit better, but it could easily pull itself right back down and be dipping back down really quick like this. So keeping an eye on everything, and I'll keep you guys posted. You know that today, because it is a big day coming into that Fed. So I think this morning might just be bouncing around, nothing real crazy. And the video looks good too right there, and the video looks really, really nice right there. I'm not gonna lie, they look much better this morning than they did last night. I'll say that. Look at that curl up on them. And but then we know the 20's there, the Fed's speaking, and we know what they like to do. So again, like we were saying last night, Powell would have to say something insane. I don't know what the heck he could say, but maybe he can say something to make the reaction really good. Look at Tesla trying to get through. It's up $6, and it has great support down here. So I mean, it looks crazy, honestly. It looks way better than it did last night, I can tell you that. Look at that thing. And it's really getting on there. We've seen it happen before, but they are looking pretty good. And we've definitely seen them look good like this before, and then look what happens. So we're just going to have to keep an eye on it. It's going to be a straight reaction right there. I can guarantee that. And we'll be able to tell maybe as the market opens up a little bit more, we will be able to tell what they want to do. But right now, they're just leaving it really, really tough. AMC is up just right there. It doesn't look like it wants to get crazy. GameStop just a little flat. Chewy right here looks like it wants to pull back. Let me see. Yeah, Chewy looks like it wants to pull back right there. And let's see what our big caps are doing right here. Netflix. Let's see. It's up 253. And again, hitting that MACD. I'm not so confident that they can get through that. So yeah, they might look good this morning, but look at that, hitting that 20 and 50 right there. And look at that look. It looks like it wants to pull back to me for Netflix. And we'll have to take a look and see what our semiconductors are up to. AVGO, it is a little, again, they just give you, I think they're trying to fake you out or something, but I don't know if they can really bounce. And it's just going to be a straight reaction. That's all I could say about that, because you can see it right here. MU has, they have their earnings tomorrow, and we'll have to look at it. I think it might be coming back down there. So, but again, it depends, I guess, on that reaction, how the market moves. TSM, we thought this didn't look good yesterday. That looks like it's going to be coming down, actually. So TSM looks like it could be dipping. And on here, it looks a little bit better. But again, I'm not so confident that they can get moving here. That we know that they look good in the morning like this very often, and then they get turned back around. The Fed speaking. SMCI up a little bit, and I'm not so sure that's ready either. So that's what they look like. They're just giving you a hard look this morning. I'm not going to lie. And, yeah, it happens, especially when you have the Fed speaking and things have been a little choppy like this. We kind of, you have to expect it. And like I said, we'll see if we can figure it out as the market opens up. AMD flat, looking pretty good right there. We did say AMD could get moving, and it may run up into that channel. So keep your eye on AMD right there. Not too bad. And QCOM, that had been pulling back up a little bit. Curled up, looks much better this morning, I must say. So yeah, I'm definitely keeping an eye on them, especially as they get to this 20. We've seen them curl up before and come right back down. That can pull itself back down with no problem. Intel, that's at minus 68, down 68 cents, and that one hit that resistance up there. Let me see what that's doing real quick. Yeah, it looks like it kind of topped out yesterday. Wants to pull back a little bit for Intel. So that's what that looks like at the moment. And let's see what PayPal's doing here. Up 26 cents, making a little base. And it's looking a little better this morning, I must say. So, like we were talking before, they were getting close to that bottom. And maybe they will start to really actually bottom out now that Powell's speaking. So we'll see what he has to say today and how it reacts. Snow looked like it was coming down. It's kind of just flat right there. It could go either way. A little bit of curl up right there. But, yeah, you could go either way on Snow. And it looks like it's going to pull back on mine. I love my charts, so I look at them. That's why I like them so much, and I use them. But, yeah, Snow looked like it was pulling back right there. Dell curled up. Let's look and see. It could be looking like it wants to pull back. Easy pullback right there if it wants. 20 coming down. So, again, not so convinced that these guys are definitely running, but they're looking better this morning. We see it often like this. PLTR up 43 cents and still looks like it's going to get pushed down. I don't think that's going through right there. I think it's just trying to fake us out with the Fed speaking here. So that's what it looks like to me. And Sophie, and I'll be just kind of laying back looking to see what the market wants to do. Obviously, you don't want to be trying to force anything. I'll see if we see any poppers. It's getting set up, but again, I think we're going to see that bounce off. It just happens to look really good this morning, and but we're sticking with our pattern unless Powell can break it today, which would be great, but I just don't see him doing it. But again, could happen. Mara was down there. We looked at it. It was curling up there. Look at it. And pulling back at the same time. Just a weird look right there. Look at that. Right. I mean, just sitting right there where it could go either way. And I think it has more time for the setup. So I don't know if it's ready. And good old Riot Platforms again set up here. But that's not ready. Looking good this morning. But should bounce off of that and come back right there. So I'm not sure it's getting through there for Riot. And let's look at CLSK real quick, see what CleanSpark's doing. That's up 12 cents, basically the same pattern. Looks really good. We've seen them look really good like this before and get turned back around. So I'll have to keep an eye on these for sure. And let's look at Coinbase real quick, up 262. And that thing was curling up and trying to hit the MACD. And again, until they really start breaking through, I don't trust it. But that's a good look right there. And the Fed speaking. So it's just a coin flip, guys. And how about MicroStrategy right here, MSTR. And oh, I always do that. And there we go. It's up 631. Looks so much better today. I'm not going to lie. It does look pretty good. I don't know what's going on here. It's staying in this channel. So we're going to have to keep an eye on it. And then we'll look at crypto. Bitcoin's at 83,764. Not doing bad. Again, they have them huge short positions. It's crazy. Solana's up a little bit at 127. Ethereum's at $2,008. Back up 75 hours. Chainlink's at 1434. That's up a little. HBAR's back to 19. Ripple's at 232. And crypto is the crypto cube, stock cube is green this morning, so it's nice to see. And Cardano is up to 72. So let me take a quick look and see what these charts look like real quick on the app. Give me 1 second here, and I'll just take a quick peek here. Yeah, they look pretty good, I would say. Let me look. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen with this Fed talking, but maybe something positive. I mean, it looks they look really good, honestly. Bitcoin looks really good right there. Ripple, let's look at it. Ripple's not looking bad either. I mean, your 50's coming down on it. They're curled up and not looking bad, I must say. They're not looking bad at all, guys. Solana, 128. Let's look at that one. That one's trying to move. Looks a little better as well this morning. So we're going to have to keep our eye on everything as the Fed speaking. I'm not sure what's going on here, but maybe we're going to see some big rate cuts or something. I have no idea. But that's, what they were trying to get it lined up to do, that they had to do it. So maybe he's got to say it. I don't know. Cardano sitting there at, 72? And not looking bad, honestly. They look like they have a little more setup time for Cardano, but they aren't looking too bad, I must say. So we'll keep an eye on crypto. We'll keep an eye on the markets as the Fed's going to speak today, and it looks pretty green. I was curious. And Tesla's looking up. So, yeah, very interesting, guys. We're definitely going to be watching this closely to see what's going on. The one popper up here that's over 100%, we definitely looked at last night, LSE, and liked it. So there you go, BDRX. That's up a little bit, and BDTX right there. And let's see what else is going on. Anything else big? Nothing else real big. The central banks take the limelight briefly. Yeah, they are looking pretty good, actually, the banking. There are new fears about Fed firings after FTC dismissals. What analysts are saying. Stock futures edge higher as traders await Federal Reserve's rate decision, and Wall Street wants new clarity from the Fed and Powell, and stocks stall as traders look ahead to the Fed meeting. So that's what we're looking at. Everybody agrees. I guess we're all on the same page, that's for sure. And let's take a look and see what's on the scanners real quick. That VRPX we looked at, XHLD we looked at, 10 holdings, and bond that was up the other day, pulling back. BDRX up. Let's see what else is going on that LSE and everything we've already looked at. Obviously, the MicroStrategy ETF looking a little better as that's up. Holo is down yesterday. It looks like it's crawling up right there. Let's take a look at that. Good old HOLO. Let me see what it's doing this morning. Holo. And it is trying to run back up. Maybe it based out there. 75 to 84. It's at 77. It got down to 73 yesterday. So there you go. A Holo. SYRS. That had bounced up. Looks like it just went a little bit flat right there. Nothing too crazy. Let's see. And yeah, not too bad, and it's run up a few times, so we'll see if it can run up again. It's not looking bad, like I said, so keep an eye on your SYRS in that channel and trying to move a little bit. And that RGTI is, let's see what it's doing right here. It's staying in that channel, and it's not looking too bad right there. Let me see. RGTI. Yeah, it's not looking bad. It might hit that 50 and come back down, but we'll see what it wants to do. And again, everything's waiting on that Fed right there. So that's what we're waiting on as well. So don't force anything this morning. We've seen the popper right here. It was up over 100%. And let's see what else is setting up. BDTX is up there. We already looked at them. ATER and all these guys we looked at. APDN. What's KUKE? Let's look at that. And HEPA did run up there. It's already down 4 cents after the split, but ran up early this morning, guys. So how crazy is that? HEPA and a few of our other picks were early runners this morning. So yeah, Laptop Travel and Crew that are up at 4 a.m. I'm telling you, it's kind of crazy. Oh, that Bitcoin whale closed the short position, huh? So I think he lost like $1 million. Thank you, Luis Rodriguez. And good morning. And he says he thinks he's close to the relief rally. One more flush down can confirm. I agree right there. Like we've been saying, we're getting close to that bottom, monitoring it, and we got to see what the Fed's going to say. I'll keep you guys posted. Maybe I'll hop on at 2 o'clock, and we'll go through the market at 2 as the Fed goes through, and we'll know exactly what's going on. You know that. And so, yeah, I'll definitely keep you posted as I see what's going on here. And let's take a look and see what you guys want to see. VRPX. I'm stocking up for future. There you go. There is your VRPX right there. Jumping up this morning. Looking much better after that dip. And again, that's why we stay patient. Look for them dip and rips right there. And that's what you're always looking for, of course. And the Powell Fed chair speaks at 2 p.m. So we'll see if he follows Trump's lead right. And you know that Trump's been leading them right in for that rate cut. And more about the future rate cuts, just like Laptop's saying right there. That's what they want to hear. That's what Trump's been doing right now, and that's exactly what we've been talking about. So it's not like this is anything that crazy, but when it bottoms out, like I keep telling you, and you wrote it down perfectly, and we didn't get crushed at all. As a matter of fact, we did great. You ride them back up, you do even more amazing because they're great prices running up. So that's what we're looking at, guys, and they are at the bottom, some of them. So yeah, we're going to be keeping an eye on things right there. And here's our SPY. It is up $1.44, and I'm telling you, it's getting closer. It could have one more shakedown, but it could try to get set up as well. So we are definitely keeping an eye on that. And let's see what else is going on. Good morning, Sinai. How are you? JPM, let's look at them banking ones. Again, JP Morgan and them guys. Yeah, they're just slowly, steadily going up there. And we obviously have to see how they're going to react as we get to this MACD. See it red right there. So, again, it's just everything's waiting on the Fed. So today, up until past lunchtime, it might just be a little bit slow. So I'll try to see what I see. If I see anything moving, that's looking interesting. But I mean, look at that look right there. God, if you couldn't tell by, I mean, you have no idea what that wants to do right there. Let me see for Morgan Stanley. Look at this thing. About to hit there. It could pull back, guys. I'm telling you. So it's interesting right there. And I'll watch them as they set up as the morning goes on. And look at your Toyota Motor, who said this was going up, guys. And there you go. You could tell when certain ones are going to move. And there you go. Toyota Motor did it. So that did get cruising there, and TM, and we were talking about it. Thank you, Luis Rodriguez, for that one, because that was a beauty, and it still doesn't look bad right there to run up some more. So we'll keep an eye on it and see. It may push up into this 200. Remember, we were talking about it, and that is Toyota Motors, and looking pretty good. And they just bought somebody the other day. I was trying to think of the company. I don't remember that stock ticker. So anyway, they purchase somebody. And how about HII? We've been looking at this Huntington Ingalls, and it is jumped up a little bit yesterday. Let's see what it's doing right here. And yeah, 208 to 210. It's at 208. We'll have to see. It doesn't look bad. It's waiting for something. You can see that. And yeah, it's hitting that resistance up there. So we will take a look at that one and see what's going on. That's for sure. And that's HII right there. Let me see if I see anything else real quick. Let me take a look over here and see what you guys want to look at. Tesla's up pre-market, and then on the news, what was their news? Let me see what their news was real quick. Let me pop this story up. Tesla jumps after securing first of many approvals for California robo-taxi rollout. That's pretty wild, huh? So didn't see that, but thank you, Luis Rodriguez. I'll tweet that out for you guys. You can check out that story right there. And our VRPX is up this morning. And let's see what's going on as well. Boom, boom, boom. Let's look at it. We'll send that out. And yeah, I posted the last night's list with my notes real quick. I forgot to. As a matter of fact, I jumped off the show. We did like a 3-hour show last night, and then I was looking at the JFK files actually. So I was going through that. That was quite interesting. But yeah, I mean, you could just see the government's so corrupt. They just start writing shit. I mean, one bullet theory and all that. Nah, I mean, holy cow, you want to talk about things just set up and made up right there just to cover people's asses. They've been doing it since JFK. We've talked about it. And if you want to listen about how the government runs, just listen to the last night's show. I do a really big rant about it. And again, I worked in government. Like, I consulted to them for like my entire life. So I absolutely know it. TRNR, it's trying to curl back up here. We knew it had run up pretty good that one day. It was trying to move, but it just got knocked down here. And we'll see if it tries to move. If it can curl back up again, interactive strength, it'll get moving. But we'll have to look at that one. And let me see anything else going on. I don't see anything else. Let me go over and just see what's trending. Did I do everything? We went through our laptop lowdown list and our Jolie's jumpers, our crypto right there, big caps and SPY, and we looked at everything else. Yeah, it's not looking bad. We looked at our scanners pretty quick right there, but again, it's a big morning just waiting, sitting around waiting for the Fed to speak. And you know what? They really could try to get roped into what Trump's been trying to do. Clearly, it's an agenda that needs to be done to help the economy. It's not like it's an agenda that they're trying to do something crazy with. And so, yeah, I could see it happening, to be honest with you. And but it doesn't mean that they're going to be bouncing immediately. It all depends on that reaction, really. Let's just see what's trending. LSE, TNXP, that was way up the other day. I forgot about this one, but it ran way up, I think, yesterday. And it looks like it could be pulling back a little bit, but we'll have to look at it. TNXP, because it wasn't in a bad spot and it did run up. I forgot to mention this one last night. It was trending. Tesla's up. SRPT right here. That took a nice dip, huh? It's up a little bit. SRPT. Let's look at this thing. Yes. Sarepta something therapeutics. I don't even know how to say that. Sarepta, whatever. I like to pronounce the ones I definitely can't read. How do you even say that? Sarepta? What? Yeah, that's what it looks like to me. 73.54 to 74.48, and it is at 74.14 down here. And we'll have to just keep an eye on this thing after that nice pullback. Doesn't mean it's going to set up immediately. I would look for more of a bounce today, and it doesn't look like it wants to pull it off, but keep an eye on that one real quick just to see if it's trying to do anything. And AFRM, let's see what that's doing. That's up a little bit. I know this was on something the other day. It pulled back, right? Yeah, it dipped down. I remember we looked at it. And let's see. It doesn't look like it's exactly setting up, but maybe they are, honestly. It's just a coin flip right now with the Fed and that reaction of what they want to say. So Ethereum looks like it's up, and again, that's moving now. 2014 now. It's up a little bit more than it was. It is trending. That's a good sign. I'm telling you, they are looking a lot better. Crypto and the markets. With the Fed speaking, you don't see that very often. So I guess that is a great sign that something positive could be coming up right now. And March 19th, they have their earnings. SIG. It looks like it bounced up off their earnings. I don't know if they reported it already, did they? I'm not sure if they did or not. I doubt it, but it did jump up, so we'll keep an eye on that SIG, because when they're trending and they're running like that, they tend to like to go. And there you go with them bad boys, and that's what's trending over there. Let's look. What was NWTG. This one doesn't really like to. Oh, it's down. I was gonna say it doesn't generally run in the morning. It's a good new splitter right here, so we'll keep an eye on Newton Goff. NWTG. We'll see what it wants to do. There it is at 201 to 214, and this says it's up. That says it's down, and it says it's at 211. What did it close at yesterday? I don't remember. It's closed at 210. What is it? It went up to 260, but again, it might have pulled back in them after hours, and then that didn't track it. So yeah, I'll keep an eye on Newton Goff right there, because that one isn't looking too bad after that split. We'll have to see if it can get moving up here. And there you go. I'd say it's a pretty good pre-market review right there. Let me see if I missed anything. I think I got everything, and Bitcoin's setting up the run, so we need to cross over that 84,425. I agree. And then you had that short, WOW close that position, so I would say so right there. And yeah, that's what we're looking at, and I'll keep you guys posted, obviously, as the Fed is going to speak, but it's not looking bad. I must say, a big difference from just last night, and that's why we do this at 9 p.m. and then we do it at 7 a.m. You can see what the market looked like last night, and then you can see what it's going to open like, and then we can really see it at 9:30. And that's why, again, I talk about these prices on FinViz, and they're just completely in outer space. And that's why, because at 4 a.m., how many were popping Laptop Travel? Like a whole slew of them that we look at, and you would have had no idea. You hop on your FinViz, you pay for the Elite at 4 a.m., you don't even know anything's moving, and it's kind of crazy. It's kind of scary, actually. So yeah, there's an entire market running at 4 a.m. and they don't know it. And but yeah, it's pretty important, because like I said, HEPA was running up early this morning there. So if you had tried to get into that one, we've been looking at, and it was way down there, guys, off that reverse split. And yeah, 67 it was at, and then it closed at 93. It jumped up to that $1 today, and it's back to 74. And yeah, these are like after hours they're running in, and it just doesn't show you any of the prices right right there. So kind of bizarre, but just have to point it out again because you got to know. Like, look at that. You had no idea. It did go up to 90 yesterday, but that was that reverse split day. And then, yeah, you don't know that it ran up to $1 this morning. So without knowing that, you're still waiting for HEPA to set up and run, and you just missed the boat because it ran at 4 a.m. And we'll see what it wants to do, but it got moving this morning, and they don't like to run a whole lot, so you got to lock in those profits and be fast, and that's why these penny stocks are crazy because, like I say, you have to lock in those profits real quick, and you can't worry about tops because you just don't know. One can run 100%, the next one can run 40. You can't look at them; they'll all be running 100%. You just got to see as they start moving, get in and out of them. So that's what you're looking at right there, and a whole slew of them. Our list was smoking. Laptop Travel said so. There you go. And Marty, I'll have to hit them guys up in a few because I'll take a look at them, see if I see anything moving. Because I got to hop off here, so I'll definitely take a look at that list, STX and them guys, and I'll let you know if I see any of them setting up. The market's not looking too bad, so maybe, but again, it's not like we can really tell anything's crazy going on. I'll look at the first one, STX, real quick. Let's just see. And it's yesterday's date. That's what I was going to say. Some of these don't look like they'll be exactly moving yet. Some of these small ones are not big name ones. They don't tend to move real early in the morning like that. So you can see that right there. So I'll have the same look as last night. So I'll look at these for you for sure. I'll keep that list and I'll check them out and see if they're getting moving or setting up. And again, I think it's all going to depend on the Fed anyway across the board. Everything's looking good this morning, so we may see what we want to see and hear what we want to hear and get moving. And guess what, guys? We're down at the bottom on everything because we played them pretty well. So even if that's the bottom on the SPY and it wants to run up and you're at 562, look at that room. And then you have to see your 20-day moving average will have to start curling back up like this. So that's what we'd have to see. So it's not like they're just going to run overnight. We're just going to get a big reaction today. So we're going to have to see what's up with that reaction and go from there. But yeah, we'll keep an eye on things. Looking much better, I have to say. I mean, just between 9 p.m. last night's show, which ended at like midnight, and 7 a.m., you see a big difference right there. So we will keep an eye on it. And gold, what is it doing? Getting quieter, he said. Yeah, it's just flattened out right there, but not real bad. We'll have to see. It does look like it's trying to set up there, so you could have a little bit of pullback on that Barrick and a bunch of the other ones as well. And Austin, I know, was pulling back a little bit yesterday, as a matter of fact. So, yeah, that's. But look at that setup coming up. So they might get one last pop, and we'll see what happens right there. So, throw out call. Yeah, I'll check it out. I'll definitely check out the SPY, as like I said. Let's see how this thing's moving, and I'll let you know. Obviously, that 570 is going to be your resistance right there. So if it really starts to get moving, that's going to be your first spot that it's going to want to stop at. So not a bad spot right around there to look for an option if it's going to get cruising. So that's where I would look for my first stop. But again, if you look at my video, I would just go 562. I'd pick it at 563 or 564 and let it run up. That's just the way I do it. I paid a higher premium and just have it go right through. It's just my style and what I taught myself how to do. So that's how I do it personally. And again, obviously, all information presented here is for educational and informational purpose only, not intended as financial advice. So always do your due diligence. But yeah, that's how I kind of play them. And like I said, I'm just self-taught. I taught myself, and it just seemed like it made sense. So that's what I did. But yeah, I know other people call them up a little higher. I'm just telling you that resistance up there at that 570. So there you go. And a big day here with the Fed, I must say. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Greatly appreciate it. I thank everybody, but I have no idea. And it looks like a bunch of people are tuned in, so I greatly appreciate it. If you're a new person tuning in, 7 a.m. every day and 9 p.m. we do a market review. And if you're not following, follow along on X and everything else. Appreciate it. And send your feedback. Let me know what you guys think. Marty, I'll check them guys out as they start to open up for you. We'll look at them and see what's going on with them bad boys. I'll keep you guys posted on that. And there you go. And we'll keep you posted with the market and what the Fed's going to do. So big day today, but I have to say it's looking much better. I wasn't expecting it to look this good this morning, to be honest with you, after last night. So we'll keep you updated, and there you go, everybody. So have a great day as usual. Trade smart, lock in your profits. Goodbye, good luck, see you later. And like I say, have a great day and make sure you trade smart, and I'll keep you guys posted. Maybe I'll hop on at 2 o'clock, but I'll definitely keep you guys posted as that Fed speaks, because we're going to see a big old reaction, and that's how the markets are going to start to run for the next couple weeks at least, until something else happens. So big day right here, but looking pretty good. I'm excited. So we'll see what's happening. Keep you guys posted, and have a great day, everybody. Trade smart, lock in those profits.